Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Gaifus for Laifus podcast. We are now finally the four Gaifus. Me, Daniel, joining us again, Gunner, Raul,
How we doing?
and the Chris B.
Hello.
Is your last name Bacon?
Yeah.
Crispy Bacon?
That's when I first met him because we all met. I met Gunner and Chris through the dorms because I worked at customer service.
Yeah.
And so everyone would call him Crispy. Like they would say Crispy, like bacon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why do they keep calling you that? And then I saw his name and it's Chris B. But everyone keeps adding it. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Not so creative until you think about it.
I thought he would go out in the sun and just cook real fast, and then he'd come back inside because it was during.
You seen how wide I am? That's pretty true.
I got 10 minutes. I gotta rotate.
Exactly.
But just like the four elements, we have come together in the Avatar state, and we are ready to start this podcast.
I'd definitely be like an earth or wind, I think.
I mean, if we're talking about it, I think out of all the elements, I think wind's the coolest. Air is the best, I feel. Fire's cool, especially like towards the end of Avatar when they start just flying in the air like a rocket. That was pretty cool. I think the worst one is probably water. I think water kind of sucks, to be honest.
No. Water's got blood bending.
Blood bending's cool, but
can you do it though?
Yeah, can you do it?
Well, can you? I don't think any of us can bend anything. So
I know, but if
theoretically,
you're in the world,
if you're a water bender, what are the chances you are the one water bender that can do blood bending?
Yeah.
Pretty likely. I'm the protagonist of my own life, so.
Sheesh.
Dude, you'll bet. Whatever, dude. You'll be like Squirtle. You'll know Bubble Beam, and that's it.
Yeah, but we got the Squirtle Squad. So.
Blastoise is one of the dopest characters in Pokemon.
No one's gonna evolve Crispy. You know what I mean? No one's gonna put the time and effort into that boy.
Jesus. All right, Chris.
I'm the Pokemon that is only on the starting team because I'm in there against the gym leader while the other ones heal. Die for the cause.
Yeah. One of them has to be a sacrifice.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you guys if you were an anime character, what kind of anime character would you be? Would you be the main character? The right hand? Because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'd be the character that just eats food all day and doesn't give a shit.
You're Choji.
Choji.
Exactly.
It depends
on me, bro.
Yeah, it depends on the anime. Because if you're talking shonen, it's always except for Black Clover. I would say the main character is cooler than the secondary character. But Naruto, I think Sasuke is way cooler than Naruto.
Okay, so you.
I think Sasuke is way cooler, but he's too much of an edgelord.
But if we're talking about a romance anime, then I want to be the main guy.
It's not what you want to be; it's what you
would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get to live my dream.
No.
I would be the comic relief in the slice of life anime. One that everyone makes.
We would all be Mineta from
I'd be
My Hero.
I'm the dude that's just chilling, watching this shit pop off. I'm like the guy who runs the ramen shop, and just Naruto comes in. He's like, "Well, don't know who my parents are." And you're
shop gets destroyed every time they fight.
He's like, "Oh man, that sucks, dude."
I saw a TikTok. I saw a TikTok that I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something stupid along the lines that the dude that owned the ramen shop had the Sage of Six Paths chakra in him or some stupid stuff like that. I don't know how it was a trip, but it was one of the funniest things I've seen in my life.
It's because the way he made the noodles, it shows swirling of the chakra.
Yeah, it was
in such a precise manner that
it was a trip.
It was some Hunter.
Dude. Speaking of Hunter, fire.
Yeah, you know what sucks is that apparently he went on hiatus with the manga at the best part apparently.
I mean, I don't know about in the manga, but in the anime, it It's really good, and it just like, especially, I don't know if you guys have seen Hunter x Hunter, Raul or Chris, but like,
Chris definitely has. I know for a fact.
okay.
Yes.
But like, it gets to the, like when it's the insect people
Chimera
that like evolve, the chimeras, yeah. That was so dark, and I wasn't expecting it to go so dark. But it's really good. I kind of read into that because I was wondering, like, it looked like it's an amazing anime, and I was wondering like what's up with that. But I guess so. Like the writer takes a lot of breaks.
Yeah,
and I think he's also like he's got like health problems too.
Yeah.
What anime are you talking about? I went to the restaurant.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, check your poster roll.
Okay.
check your poster. Make sure you watch it.
So, some of them are like, I don't know why they're on there, but you know, whatever. Like Bleach isn't on there. Why wouldn't Bleach be on the top 100?
Dude, I'm running through Bleach right now. I just bought the first box set because I'm trying to get ready for the last arc.
Anyway, back to Hunter x Hunter. We'll continue conversation.
No, we're just saying how like the reason like why it's not producing, because like Hunter x Hunter as a franchise, like you would think that's fire. It's really good, but the creator he takes a lot of breaks because I guess he's got like some health problems, and he's very particular about the show and about the manga. So he doesn't like have anybody helping him. He's kind of like the guy who did Naruto. He does like everything by himself.
Yeah, he's what's it called? Yeah, so if you guys watch like older anime, he is the writer of Yu Yu Hakusho, which is probably one of the most popular.
That's the one with the egg, right?
Yeah. What? Oh yeah, with the little blue guy comes out.
Yeah. That's a good one.
With the character who's inspiration for Sasuke, but so he wrote that, and then like it's kind of crazy the level of work that they put manga artists and writers under, because a lot of them write and draw, and they have to do like a chapter a week. So imagine like a chapter, like just read a manga and realize that they probably had about a week to like
put that all together.
Yeah. So I think he's getting older. His wife wrote Sailor Moon.
Oh damn.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're like the manga / anime power couple.
That's fire.
Of the 90s. Which I'm reading. I'm reading Sailor Moon right now. Actually, it's actually not bad.
Do any of you read besides Daniel, like manga?
I used to when I was in high school. Daniel, it's definitely forcing me to read more manga, so I don't become illiterate. So I picked up the Viz subscription. I just haven't sat down to read anything yet.
Gotcha.
But
I tried reading 2 times. First time was when I caught up on One Piece because I wanted to know, and I was reading through it. And it just wasn't the same for me. You know, getting that satisfaction from the show versus like reading it. I was like, it's cool, but like it's not the same effect. So I didn't continue. Second time was My Hero, and I was really into it. I read the overhaul arc, and it was like I was enjoying it. And then it just got kind of boring. And you know how hard it is to watch anime when it's boring. You know, you kind of just not feeling it. It's just kind of lagging. Imagine that, but reading, like I'm not finishing that. So that's the big reason why I don't read.
Yeah, no, I think some of the mangas, you know, it can be a drag to read. But like Daniel's reading right now the Fire Force ones, and compared to the anime, it's like the same. It's the same thing, like apples to apples. Like, so it's like that's a really good one that you could maybe try out, because I think the anime does really good. If you like the anime of Fire Force, the manga does really well with the illustrations and everything. But yeah, no, I can see that. I can see, you know, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of anime or manga out there, and it's not all good. Another really good one I really liked was Soul Eater.
Soul Eater, Soul Eater and Fire Force are the same author. So. Oh,
okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, they actually make a connection with Fire Force and Soul Eater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they show what I think the other world's supposed to look like.
Oh, did Soul Eater take place in the other world?
The sun or the moon? That like
Yeah,
the laugh.
the angry,
like,
the face one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the next MCU crossover?
The next great mix up. I know that's yeah, it's gonna be nice. But honestly, yeah, you just gotta pick one and just stick with it. Like I read the Dragon Ball. Usually manga works best for like if you like romance, like if you like slice of life, like romance kind of ones, or shonen. So like Naruto. I think I have I bought the 3-in-1. It's like 3 books in one, and I think on the third it goes 369, so 3 chapters a thing, or books. And on the last one I have, it's in the middle of the Chunin exams when they're all fighting each other.
Yeah.
So you cover more ground faster, which is like what my argument was with Boruto, which is that like the manga is actually really good. It's just the way they set it up is that they made the anime kind of set up to fail.
Such a shame.
I know. I'm that guy on the fucking podcast who's like, "Oh, do you guys read the manga?" And you guys are like, "No."
You guys
too lazy.
You guys
read the book. Harry Potter is
Yeah,
so much better as a book, dude.
Listen,
That's
If-
true.
if Denzel
But it
Washington
takes more
is
time.
if
Yes.
Denzel Washington is not reading it to me as an ebook,
Oh, that's what's holding you back.
it's a waste of my time, really.
Denzel Washington, that's your voice actor you picked?
Oh, dude, I love his voice.
Okay. I mean, who's the other one? Morgan Freeman? Come on.
I'll take Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's good, but Denzel Washington, I don't know. Something about Denzel.
I'll take what's it, Henry? I'll take Henry Cavill. I like
Hey,
girl. I like
Superman.
girl. Yep.
He did like this spy movie a couple years ago.
The man from Mission Impossible.
No, not Mission Impossible. It was something else. It was like there was an American spy and they had a British intelligence spy working together.
The man from Uncle.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Really enjoyed that movie.
I like his stuff.
Who voice acts the parrot from Aladdin?
I forget his name, but yeah, he's in like
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, Gilbert Godfrey.
He does a reading of 50 Shades of Grey.
Wow.
That must dry up a lot of rivers.
That sounds so awesome.
I think I listened to a little snippet on YouTube. It was the funniest thing in the world. So you're all getting that for Christmas? I'll send that over. We can review it, see how it is.
I'm gonna have it to torture my students when they run the mile.
Tell them to Naruto run. They'll get a better time.
Honestly, yeah, I have a few kids that like found that out because I have like a Sailor Moon like primitive hoodie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they see that, and like behind me, I have like Power Rangers and like Persona and stuff like that on my wall. So the kids get all like, they ask me, but then they're like, "Oh, Naruto," and I'm like, "Oh." There's a couple kids who ask me about like Netflix ones, and I'm like, can't really have that conversation, guys. It's a little too.
Which ones do they ask you about?
The gambling one, the Kakegurui.
Oh yeah, that one looked a little spicy.
I had 2 girls fight over their waifu. It was wild in class. I peaked, dude.
Yes.
What the fuck? That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of in the world of anime, have you guys heard about the whole drama with Promised Neverland?
Oh, they took out the arc, right? Goldie Pond.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So like this week they or last week for the Thursday drop, I guess the animators are behind, so they released a 0.5 episode. So it's just a recap. It was just a recap, so that way the animators had time to catch up. And the comments, we were looking, Funimation made like a post, and they were like, "Oh hey, what do you guys think of Promised Neverland? Stay tuned next week. We'll get to find out," because it left off on like a pretty big twist. And like half the comments were just like hate. People are super upset right now at it, which it might be something cool to talk about. I know, Raul, have you watched any of season 2 yet?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, me and Chris are the two that don't.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I complained about
this
last episode. I was like, it's too short. They cut it off. Like,
you didn't like. Well, like here's the thing that I know a lot of other people are upset about is the anime is going to take a different direction than the manga. So it's going to go in a complete, kind of like Full Metal Alchemist. Not complete, but it's going to kind of take different paths. But I don't. For me, I think it's pretty cool.
It's on right now. I don't.
What? Well, because I don't read the manga, so I don't know. But from what I've heard, there's that time skip, so they do like a year time skip.
Yeah.
And during that, when a bunch of crazy stuff was supposed to happen, so we skipped right through that. And they've also changed some stuff up that we're finding out now that we're really not supposed to find out till like later on. And all in all, like you said, it is kind of going a little quick. But I mean, like overall, I don't think it deserves that much hate, because like I was reading some of those comments and people were like super upset. Like if you like they were acting like they like you killed like their firstborn child in front of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's one thing I've learned. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a fun conversation. Is like I love being part of like nerd fandoms and stuff like that, but God, like. The level of toxicity, dude, is just so high.
You ever been in a league match?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
the same people.
Dude, I've been in league games where like someone on one team will say good luck, have fun, and the other person will be like kill yourself. It's like, okay, buddy, damn.
I only tell when they come after me first. Okay.
That's true. I do the same thing.
They're like your family should have died from COVID. You're like, what the fuck? Like this is unranked. I don't understand where this possibility is coming from.
My brother played. He downloaded Mobile Legends for like some unknown reason. But first game he played, someone on the enemy team the enemy team was losing super hard, and someone on the enemy team said, I hope your mother dies of COVID-19. This is like at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, it's Mobile Legends. Like, calm down.
So what fan bases do you think are the most toxic? So we got So here's what we'll do. So we got the book. Well, I'll put them in the categories so we can decide. So you got the book to movie fandoms. So that includes like Harry Potter, Twilight, Divergent, all that stuff. You got the anime fandoms. I'll put. We want to put online gaming in one group. Or we want to just make League its own thing, because Call of Duty gets a little mean.
Oh,
online gaming, yeah.
Okay, so so that's our third category, online gaming, and then I'm gonna just throw like we'll do like the fantasy stuff. So people who like.
What about like sports fandoms?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we'll do sports fandom as for. So the book to movies also includes shows. So like Game of Thrones is included in that.
Listen, if we're talking about like toxic fandoms, like it's the beauty fandoms, dude. My waifu Jessica, my waifu Jessica, she will watch like the beauty channels like on YouTube, and they will go back and forth on like it's every day there is new stuff happening, and it is like every day someone's getting canceled. It's crazy. And it's like going back and like looking at the receipts and all that, and like the text messages and stuff. And like, I mean, like, to be fair, and I think this is a really good conversation, like in like, I wouldn't say cancel culture, but just like I guess in a sense cancel culture and just like fandoms and stuff like that. Like when is it good and when is it bad? Because like, okay, like in like video games, when we talk about like video game fandoms, like worst that's gonna happen is like you're gonna get someone's gonna say they're having sex with your mom, and then you join the next match. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like in some of these like cultures, especially like with the internet, like where it is today, where it is today, it's like people are like investigate. I don't know if you guys follow like stuff with like Onision. Have you seen that like on YouTube? Like there's a whole documentary about that guy. He's like a YouTuber who
I know
he
like,
was like go ahead.
Is he like Leafy?
Kind of, but like he's got like some like really like serious charges coming out. It's crazy like how you could see like for like in like it's good to expose stuff like that, you know, if people are doing that and exposing it. But then on the flip side of it, when you have people like the K-pop fans, I don't know like how easy like you know how easy it is to
I have made that the other group, the
K-pop. Yeah. Like if you post the wrong picture of one of the K-pop guys,
hey, you're done. You catch the wrong angle. As like angles matter, and
I know, but it's just crazy to think about, you know, because I think it is good.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. Like you do need that, but I think with the toxicity it turns into gatekeeping. I think we talked a little bit. Me and Chris have talked about it, like with like the stuff that we like to do, because we play like we play D&D and stuff like that. I'm part of
Raul, do you play D&D?
Nope, never.
He's like, these nerds
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I've never played it.
Gone down that road.
But you know, all my friends in high school, I don't know, we never had the same interests, so I was always like doing my own thing. So
I feel that. I was the same way. I played football, and I mean, you know, when you're in high school, right? You pick one thing, and you're like, "Well, that's my group until I get to college, and then I can do my own thing." Yeah,
you know, I definitely felt like I had to like with my because I hung out with like Raul, and our friend group was like, you know, they were really cool, and we had a lot of fun. But I never felt like just in general in high school felt comfortable coming out with like my nerd stuff.
Damn, Gunnar,
until like I got to college. I know, and like now that we talk about it, I realize like I missed an opportunity, you know. But like it's cool now that we're connecting and bonding over stuff like this. Yeah. But I remember I'd be in the high school and in the library, and in the library you could like print stuff for free. So I would go there after school and I printed the Dungeons Master Guide, the Monster Manual, and the Player's Handbook because I couldn't afford them. So I printed those all for free in the library, but I'd have to do it at chunks at a time when the librarian wasn't looking.
Yeah, just like a 300-page book.
So I would print like 20 pages at a time when the librarian wasn't looking. I'd just grab them. And then like 15 minutes later, I'd print like another 20 pages. I bought like these binders.
And they're just wondering where the heck these... Where's our
Why are we running out of paper? Yeah, exactly. I feel bad about it now, but you know, you got to keep the dream alive somehow. So
I feel it.
I did what I have to. Yeah, but no, gatekeeping. Yeah, no, it's definitely like, you know, I definitely see it. You definitely see it in I don't know about. I feel like I would like to think like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff is a very open community. I feel at least. But like I'm, you know, there's segments of it everywhere. But I feel like for the most part, like I follow a lot of like Dungeons and Dragons stuff on Reddit.
Yeah. And
I feel like it's very positive on there. You know, especially in consideration that Reddit can be such a negative outlet and stuff. But I definitely feel like in the world of anime, there can be a lot of toxic gatekeeping. Like, yeah. I feel like, in general, anime is a man's world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely get you, and I feel like that's a big issue too. Is like, yeah, it is a lot of male dominated stuff. I mean, we went to the anime convention, and how many people there like were dudes, like. It was a pretty big group. Although there's more women getting involved and stuff.
You know, and I think that's the big thing. Like, there's a lot of women and a lot of like, you know, not just anybody, you know, but a lot of females do like anime. But I do feel like a lot of times it would be nice to see like anime that's I don't know, like I don't know. Like I keep going back to it, but Stars Aligned. Oh my god, it was so good.
This is your the one that keeps you going.
I have nightmares. I'll wake up drenched in sweat, screaming,
thinking they gave you a new season.
Yeah. Where's season 2?
He's like, oh,
it's never coming.
Sometimes it won't, man.
Yeah, I know. Single tear just rolls down my cheek. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. So this is the tweet. Raul and Chris, you guys can chime in. I mean, we can apply this to anything, but this is what I saw over the weekend. So this guy tweeted, "We're not gonna." I think people are cutting down his name so they don't give him like respect and stuff. But he says, "If all your common knowledge of anime is Demon Slayer, Naruto, Inuyasha, Bleach, One Piece, Fate, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Gundam, My Hero, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Ghost in the Shell, then you're not an anime fan."
I saw this. I saw this tweet, and it is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, why can't people just let other people be happy?
Right? That's what
always judging what they're watching and not watching.
Yeah, like who gives a crap what other people are watching? Like, if I primarily watch shonen, but like my favorite anime is a Studio Trigger anime. And I've seen other anime, but if I had to break it down, my favorite genre overall would most definitely be shonen anime.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, what's it matter that I like to watch a specific kind of anime? What does it hurt another person? Like the fact that anime is even being considered like a top media now compared to the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, etc. Where if you even watched anime, then you were just uncool, period. Like, we've come a long way. We don't need like people like that to be gatekeeping now. Let people get into it, let people be what they're into, etc., etc.
Yeah, I definitely think especially for being on that Facebook page. I'm trying to invite Chris, but maybe like now that I'm on it so much, it's just like people will post their opinion about like, oh, like, hey, like I'm trying to think about getting into this anime. What do you think? And then people will just be like, it's stupid, it's trash, don't even bother. Then like just let people like try it. I don't know, man. Like same thing like with D&D or like with us playing Magic. Like I think that was a big reason why, like, I don't know about you, Chris, but I was always afraid to play like tournaments in Magic because I feel like there was like this level of gatekeeping of like, you know, like we played for fun. Like it wasn't anything big. It was just like, hey, like we're just here to have fun. But I feel like, go ahead.
Well, I feel like there's a difference between like, because when you go to like Friday Night Magic or something like that, right? Or like any sort of tournament, like, yeah, most people are there to have fun, but you're also there to win. Like in a sense, you're there to win.
Yeah.
And it's lame in the fact that, you know, people will do that where they're rules lawyers, which I guess naturally being a rules lawyer is kind of in the territory of being in a tournament because everything's supposed to be fair, right? But if you're not willing to like share like advice with people and whatnot, and you're just, you know, if you basically exile someone from a group because they're a noob and they're trying to learn, then you're lame as hell. Like you may think you're cool, but nah, you can miss me with that. Like, you know, people are there to learn, to have fun, stuff like that, right? Like if I've never been to a Friday Night Magic place, but if I went, obviously I would A, get my ass handed to me, and B, want to learn.
As we all have done going to tournaments.
Yeah, and so, because, you know, I've only played with you and like a bunch of our other friends that play Magic, right? But I would want to go to learn and, you know, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? And if someone, you know, ignores me or tells me to go piss off, I'm like, okay, cool. That just ruins the whole experience for me. So yeah, and this is along the same lines with this dude with his gatekeeping and not letting people enjoy whatever anime they want. So
I'd also like to comment, piggybacking off of that, realizing that Raul, I think half of the anime that you watched on your poster were in that tweet. So,
yeah, most of them. Yeah, if we talking our top 10 list, you know, a good chunk of that was in there. But that's not to say that I haven't explored other realms of anime. It just those are the ones I like.
I feel it. I respect it. It's definitely. It also definitely is a good way to get into it too. Like I guess we're gonna transition to the people getting into anime. I feel like shonen ones are usually the easiest because the plot's very simple. Like you turn on Dragon Ball Z and there's not a lot of thought.
Yeah, you just watch it, having a good time.
Yeah, and then that kind of opens up the path for like even like My Hero kind of asks some big questions with, like about heroes and stuff like that, or even like, I mean, you can make like Naruto, whatever. But I feel like that's a good way to just start off and get into it. Who cares where you get into it from? Like, as long as you're not hurting nobody, that's always been my policy. But yeah, so I was lit over the weekend.
Have you guys watched Death Note? How many of you?
I've seen half the anime because I read about it and someone was like the other half sucks. And then my girlfriend saw the movie and she doesn't like anime, but she saw the movie because her friends suggested it because they thought it was a horror movie. I kind of whoever told you the other half, it's fallen off me. Like first half was cool and just I don't know. Once you take out the main competition, right? Because it's hell, and it was an interesting choice, but I think it was for the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I watched. I don't know why it just popped up, but the end scene of Avengers. You guys, I know Chris has seen it. Raul, have you seen Endgame?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the part when they all come back, and they like do the big final scene.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like I was just rewatching that, and it's like, God, like I know, like there's all these directors and stuff that are coming out saying that like comic book movies are like plaguing the airwaves and stuff like that. But you can't tell me that scene when they all roll up and Captain America calls in the hammer and says Avengers Assemble. You can't. I watched that, and that still gives me like goosebumps. I think that's like one of the best like scenes. Like. I don't know, like if you like Marvel movies, you basically like are watching like American shonen.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's my take on that.
We're gonna go. Is he gone?
His internet sucks. I'll just edit out that he's like missing and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've worked with a few people that swear by me that the Avengers movies are some of the worst movies that have ever been released.
That's no that.
It hurts me.
They're as big as like Star Wars was in the 90s and the 80s. Like you can't say otherwise.
It just hurts me because it's like well, I guess it doesn't hurt me, but I don't get it. Like you're watching these movies for the fact that like the plot's cool and all, but it's just, superheroes beating superheroes up, right? Or like, there's this big bad and the universe about to be destroyed, et cetera, right? Supposed to, like, at least in my opinion, like I don't try and think about it too much as I would like a movie like Get Out or something like that, right? Like there's an obvious like message to be seen in Get Out, but with like the Avengers, it's like you can think about Thanos's or whoever's ambitions and motivation and stuff like that, and like that's cool and whatnot, but when you're talking to me about like oh, it felt rushed. I mean, I guess, that's kind of relevant too. But I don't know. It takes away from the fact that it's just like, I get to see all these superheroes in real life, like, or in live action, like, do stuff on the screen, which I think is cool. And so, I don't know. You're not supposed to like think about it too analytically, in my opinion. But
I mean, Rel, did you want to go next? You can respond.
Because I'm thinking about it and. We're talking about superhero movies, but can we just talk about the difference between like Marvel and DC? Like it's night and day. Like the DC movies are just nowhere near as polished as the Marvel movies have been, in my opinion. I don't know if you feel that way, but there is a level of like judgment that you can have on these movies, but at the same time, like Chris brought up Us, that you're looking for that hidden message or like what the movie's about. But then there's gonna be the people that like don't see it or don't get it, and they're like, oh, I didn't like the movie, it was dumb, I don't know what it was about. So I think on both ends of the spectrum, you just see people who just A, don't get it, or B, you're just too analytical about it, and it's just always going to be that way.
Yeah, and I think the beauty and what I think people need to hopefully one day appreciate about Marvel movies is that, like, right, so everyone expects, I think because, and I feel like this is like the one good movie DC has had besides Wonder Woman was The Dark Knight. And I feel like because
that doesn't count, that was a different time.
Yeah, and so because the Joker came out right and created this really good morally ambiguous like character, it led with the expectation that all comic book villains are morally ambiguous, like they make sense, right? Like the Joker's reason that, like, when life gets hard, people will turn to darkness and become these monsters. And like some comic book stuff, like, it's not that high level of thinking. Like, that's what makes the Joker so unique, and I feel like that kind of carried over to Marvel. Because, like, I mean, Captain America fights Nazis. Do we really need to understand the moral, like, ambiguity of that? Like, no, it's pretty clear cut. Or like Thor.
Yeah. This might be a hot take, but I think Captain America, or did you say Captain America or Captain Marvel?
Did I say Captain? I think I said Captain America.
I think you said Captain America.
Okay, well, anyway, Captain America was probably one of my least favorite Marvel movies, but continue.
Which way? All of them, or just
the first one, with the Red Skull?
Oh, the second one, the Winter Soldier, is so much better.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier is lit.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the first one, so
I did too.
But no one was talking to you.
I know. I'll leave.
I like his. I like his suit better in the first one than in Avengers, the actual Avengers movie. I hate his Avengers suit. The baby blue one that's like attached. I hate.
Yeah.
I hate that outfit. I think it sucks. I like the one that he has when he has like the actual flak jacket, and like the start, that I think that if he kept that in the second in Avengers, I'd be way more hyped for it. But
because it's that iconic look, right? Like, yeah. I mean, and that's what it, like, I don't know. They try to modernize it, but I think they could have kept that original look. I think it would look cool. Because he's a guy out of time. You know what I mean? Like, he's in a different era. So, of course, he'd want to keep some old, like, he wouldn't go all modern with it. But, like, I mean, I don't know. It's just one iteration. But, yeah, no, Captain America, he's all right. My favorite's Paul Rudd. I think he plays an amazing Ant-Man. I think it's just the Ant-Man movies are really funny.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The first, okay, I like the second one.
You like the second one more than the first one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Talking about gatekeeping, we just boo him over his choice.
I didn't say anything. I came off.
I know. We're always like, I'm gonna just let this go.
But I do disagree politely.
Okay. Well, we'll close the gate on Chris real quick because
I guess I'm out of the podcast. See you guys later.
I mean, outside of the Avengers movies, I probably would say who has the best. I would say either Thor.
Yeah, I like Thor Ragnarok, one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Thor Winter Soldier, my two.
Iron Man started all OG. Speaking
of Thor Ragnarok, so I went to go see it with a couple of my old high school friends, and I remember, like, for some reason I thought I saw Guardians of the Galaxy on the cover, or maybe it was just like the style. So I was thinking, like, oh, okay, cool. Like, the Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna team up with Thor, and I was thinking that through the whole movie. And so, like, I was watching it, and I was like, okay, I wonder when they're gonna show up. And I got like halfway through, and I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna be like an end thing. Like, it's gonna be like lead up to the next movie. And then the movie ended, and I was like, I don't think they're in this one.
You're like, I'm waiting for the end credits.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, maybe there's like a spoiler or something. I'm like, why did they throw them on? Because for some reason, I thought I saw them on like the poster where you go, like, when you go walk up to the theater.
Oh yeah, and you can like pose with them and stuff like that usually.
Yeah, so I swore I saw them. Like, and then I remember walking out of the theater and I look and they're not there. And I was like, huh, maybe I'm getting old or something.
I'm gonna be honest. I think, well, piggybacking off of your Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord is my least favorite character.
Ooh, I like.
I mean,
Star-Lord.
I like Star-Lord, but I do not like him in Infinity Wars.
Yeah, that's what ruined it for me.
That's
I like him.
true.
Like Guardians was fine. We were doing so well with Guardians and Guardians 2, and then Infinity War happened, and I was like, nah, he's easily the worst character. I hate
Well,
it.
what about the Scarlet Witch? I feel like she was kind
did-
of lacking. You know, they didn't do her justice.
No, they definitely didn't. Her and Captain Marvel, I think, both had the highest like ceiling, but they did it there. Well, that's why Scarlet Witch is getting her WandaVision show, but
Mhm.
I think Captain Marvel is always gonna have a problem catching up, just because like everyone in like works at Marvel was like, oh yeah, she can like beat Thanos by herself, and it's like, okay, well, why are you telling us that when it's a 3.5 hour movie when it sounds like it could end in like 5 minutes? Like what? So then we expect
Shows up at the beginning and the end.
Yeah,
Does nothing.
I definitely do agree because my waifu Jessica, she loves the X-Men comics, and she loves the character Rogue, and Rogue and Captain Marvel they're kind of tied together throughout the story because at one point Rogue can like steal powers,
yeah,
and so she steals Captain Marvel's powers, and like I think she keeps them for like a while. It's like it's a whole big thing in the comic book. So I definitely do agree. Like I think, especially because we talked about this before with like I feel like with the X-Men tie-ins, it's going to be all incorporated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I definitely could see Captain Marvel having some more like some big moments like that with the X-Men crew. But I definitely think like leading up, they could have did it better. Like, I mean, her movie was good. Like, I feel like she got a lot of hate in her movie, but I think it's just because her character's super hype. She's like Captain Marvel is the Superman of the Marvel universe, really.
Yeah,
like strength, like her. If you like compare like characteristically, like her abilities and strength, like she's got Superman power. She's at that level.
I don't want to save nobody.
I think it. I just think
we're losing them.
I don't know. She got a lot of hate in her movie. Yeah. Oh, can you not hear me?
No, we're good. Where do we start with this conversation?
Oh, okay.
I feel like
we started with gatekeeping, right?
I don't know where we are.
Oh, and then you X'd out, and then I was like, so like Marvel guys, because
yeah,
I watched.
You did leave.
I watched the last scene of Endgame when when they all come back from.
Now I know where we are.
And just for all the viewers out there, this is the wonders of having to work on a digital platform. Just so you guys know, my internet saying it's unstable again, so I might bounce out again.
Boo.
Just so you're aware, but I'll stay as long as I can.
It's okay, Ganner. We took a fan poll, and you're the least favorite.
Yeah, our five fans.
Oh no!
It was an awkward 3-2 vote, and
I can win them back. When we do like our gaming streams, I want them back.
Ooh.
With what, losing?
Yeah, what game?
Oh,
I'm not playing Smite. I'm letting you know right now.
Me and you remember when me and Chris were like playing like Smite every night?
Yeah, you remember how I would have to carry you potatoes? Yeah, I remember.
Ooh, shots fired.
Oh, was he talking about us? Oh yeah, no, for sure. I know. I'm bad at MOBAs. Put a gun in my hand, and I find that shit like.
You gotta admit, because like it's not like Call of Duty, right? Like where it's like okay, it's really just like tactics and teamwork, or like Rainbow Six Siege. Like Smite is like you have to eat, sleep, breathe Smite with all the metas and all the builds.
Play League with me and Chris one day, and then we'll talk.
It's true.
I would spectate that. I wouldn't play. I would just spectate.
Listen,
you could be support. Just rush
I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go in the jungle. I'll win. What do you mean though? I'll go in the jungle. Don't worry.
That's the most role. I ain't having to do that.
No,
I only play jungle in low elo because all other junglers are trash. I'm not that good, but better than most.
I'm gonna jungle, and then I'm gonna tell you when to attack, but I'm gonna get the kill at the last second.
Oh man, fucking what is it, Raul? Oh, remember Chris? We were playing that one time, and you had I think we were getting hit on conquest or something, and you made a call to peel back, and we were like, and
it was I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. It was when we were playing Joust, right?
Yeah, it was Joust. Yeah.
It was Joust, and the enemy team had an Awilix. And for those who have never played Smite before, Awilix is a goddess who rides on a cat, and she can jump over walls with said cat. So Gunner was playing a dragon-like character named, right? Were you playing a dragon-like character? Were you playing Kukulkan?
I think I was playing Kukulkan.
Yeah. And so I told Gunner and Daniel, both of them, I was like, okay, stay away from the walls because Awilix can jump over the walls and get us. And legit, not even 2 seconds later, I see Gunner slithering his way through the air next to a wall, and he dies. And he was like, what the heck was that? And I'm sitting there like, Gunner, what did I just say?
I didn't know you meant I didn't know you meant that wall. Like
each wall.
Well, like I'm just
the brown
like trying
to all brown.
how am I supposed to know like that? Like, okay, I know you warned me, but like she gets like I died like instantly. I had no recourse.
She murdered the shit out of you. I'm not gonna,
I know,
like,
and it's
like,
just
it was literally. And I think we heard like the scream of like your character or something, and I was like, that fast. And Chris was like,
100-0.
It's like, come on, it doesn't even give me a chance. Like I have no redemption arc, nothing. I'm dead.
Hey Chris, what was the one when we were playing and Gunner dove base and he dies and he's like, who are you guys?
Oh yeah. I was like, me and you were coming out of base and he's under the tier 1 tower as Cerberus. Like,
because we could have got them. They were weak.
Coming out of base.
Well, why were you in base to begin with? I needed you.
Gunner? Probably because I'm spending all the gold that I get from all the kills I get because I have to carry you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
The only thing I learned.
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know, man. It sounds like if we have Raul on there, we might just solve all our problems.
Honestly,
it's true.
When do we go pro?
I'm pretty trash at League. I'm not gonna lie.
Chris, I'm all in, dude. We get to bring back 100 weebs.
100 weebs.
100.
We Gaifus for life. our name will transcend beyond parallel universes.
People when they hear our name, they will be scared. Fear.
Gaifus are eternal.
Is it like? But like, yeah. Why would we want to hop into League? Isn't it like just miserable?
Oh yeah. So are you asking this $1 million question that I have asked many times?
Yeah. But I want the viewers to hear Chris's answer and stuff.
Well, it's like asking why do people that are addicted to heroin do heroin? Isn't that bad for you? Like, yeah, of course it is. Stop.
So when it's good and it hits, it's good.
It's good. So yeah, so I'll do some context for everyone who doesn't know this. So League of Legends, if you don't know, is a very popular game called MOBA, so massive online battle arena. It's teams of 5-on-5. You each select what's called a champion. There are over about 120 or so champions you can select from, and each one of them has their own powers and abilities. Some do certain things better than others, and obviously you want to create a team that has balance. Once those teams are selected, you're able to buy items that boost your abilities, and then from that point on, you basically try and almost like a game of chess or like a game of like Risk, I would say. You try and battle back and forth or in the middle of the arena and try to slowly push your way to get to the other team's base. When you're in the other team's base, you can destroy what's called their crystal, which is their home base. Once you destroy that, you win. Or at this time, do you guys ever play with time limits? Or is it just like you play until someone...
No, there's no time limit. Yeah, it's just you play until you win.
So, forfeit or win.
Yeah, or someone throws it.
Yeah.
So it is considered one of the more toxic online games you could play. It's also one of the most massively popular. A lot of like famous people play League. It's almost like
Gordon. What's his name?
Who?
From the Celtics.
Oh, Gordon Hayward plays League.
Oh yeah, Gordon. Here you go.
He plays League?
Yeah,
well,
bro.
I mean, He does have a lot of time because he's always getting hurt. So
yeah, he broke his leg last year. He's just playing league, bro.
That's funny.
I didn't know that. I know that there's like weebs and whatnot in the sports universe. Like, isn't Steven Adams like a big weeb or something like that?
Yeah, but here's my problem with the weeb thing is that it's always like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and like One Piece.
Hey, stop gatekeeping. They're weebs.
We just talked about it.
I'm part of the
Wait. Now that we're talking about sports, so we asked a question back in the pocket about like the most toxic fan base, and we never answered it.
Oh no!
Kind of just here we are.
Okay, for me. Okay, so I'll get the ball. For me,
are we the most toxic fan base?
Wait, really fast, just to show you how toxic League of Legends is. I googled celebrities who play League. Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit plays. So I just want to point out that if that doesn't describe what kind of like atmosphere League of Legends breeds, I don't know what that is.
If you're sensitive like Gunner, League is not your place.
Okay, I take offense to that.
You see?
Okay, so to the toxicity question, we look at that full circle, 40 minutes or something odd into the show. So I think for me, it's either the online players, the online gaming communities, or sports communities. Can be so toxic. Online gaming gets more personal than sports communities, but sports communities, like some of the stuff that people say about, especially like athletes, is kind of ridiculous. Like, and you know, and there's also like jokes that are in poor taste. Like I saw a page, I'm not gonna name drop anything, but I saw a page of NFL like Valentine's cards, and one of them was an Aaron Hernandez joke that was really crappy taste.
Yeah, like, I feel like Aaron Hernandez jokes do not age well at all.
No. And
who's like, Aaron Hernandez?
Aaron Hernandez was a former NFL tight end for the New England Patriots who got
sentences.
He murdered somebody.
He murdered a lot.
And he ended up hanging himself in jail.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So obviously, any jokes about him probably not in the best taste.
Was it kind of like an OJ joke?
No, it was like an Aaron Hernandez joke.
Oh.
It's probably like my love for you is the same as like I don't know like Hyde, because he like executed like 3 people and like he killed like his like girlfriend's sister
brother
or something. Yeah, some crazy thing like that.
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy.
But I digress. My point is that sports people and online gaming communities, like those communities can be quite toxic and like kind of scary for people that are like trying to get into it and whatnot. Like I play League regularly with a group of friends, and one of them, she's just getting into League. She's like level 20 or something like that.
Well, bless her heart for actually
always
sticking through it.
Which is on level 20 in regard to League is like pretty minimal. And she like every day will message us saying like I experienced the worst people telling me to like kill myself, uninstall, etc. And it's like, geez, like let someone learn the game, man. Like holy crap. I think that's what kept me away from it too, was like I think I tried playing a game with you coaching me and like I don't know which way's up, like straight up. And they're like, oh yeah, like why is like, and then they're like, oh, report him because he's like throwing the game. And I'm like, I don't even know what I thought this was Spanish class, dude. Like you're just happy. Be happy. I know that I have to click the mouse to move. Like I'm my first ever conquest game in Smite, which is like the regular map in League of Legends. I was playing Artemis, which is an attack damage carry in the game, and I wasn't doing great, obviously, because I was new. And one of my teammates said I'm gonna report you for intentional feeding, and I, being new to the MOBA community, had no clue what inting was. And so I asked, I was like, what's intentional feeding? And they said dying on purpose. And I typed back, if you think I'm dying on purpose, you're stupid. I remember that vividly.
I'm
trying to die. I don't know what I'm doing. And maybe my response back wasn't in the best of taste either, but like, I don't know. It's kind of unfair for someone to assume that just because they're dying a lot means that, You know, they're doing it on purpose. There's a clear, definitive like difference between someone who just runs it down mid lane and dies under turret compared to someone who's actually trying to learn and play the game, and maybe is just having a bad game. And now you're demoralizing them because you decide that you think you know everything and you're going to be toxic.
I'm gonna piggyback off what his point, how he said he was having a bad game and they call him out for it. And I do this all the time. Like, you know, you're not inting, you're just having a bad game, you're brand new, so you defend yourself. You say, hey, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, it's not my fault. And then it kind of escalates, and I feel like the two parties kind of just go at each other. Like, yo, you're calling me out, I'm gonna call you out. You died that other 5 minutes ago, that would have changed the game. You know, you suck too. So I think it just kind of feeds off the initial toxicity that you receive. And then I also want to bring up the point where he said that sports fandoms might be the most toxic, but at the same time, I think popular athletes, like really popular athletes, get a lot of leeway in what they do. Like,
yeah,
you know, like we give them passes because they're who they are. You know, they might be a superstar, they might have done something wrong, but he's like, oh, he's winning us games. Like, oh, we forgot about it. So I don't necessarily think that sports fandoms are the worst. They're pretty bad, but not the worst.
Philadelphia is its own whole problem. But
Philadelphia fans are something else.
when you're losing in a game and you boo Santa Claus.
See, it's that kind of crap. Like, why are you gonna?
They hating Santa Claus? What did he do?
So they were losing. It was like in the 80s or 90s, and they were getting blown out by some team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, so you know, they're like, all right, it's around Christmas time, so they're like, all right, Santa's gonna come out. So you know, this dude comes out dressed as Santa, and they just start pelting him with snowballs. And he just like did. Like,
oh no, yeah. That's
like Philadelphia
terrible.
And New York, I think, are the hardest probably places in terms of like standards to actually play in. Like even the hockey team, I remember one time, like Philadelphia Flyers, I think it might have been, which is a hockey team. They got in trouble. Their fans got in trouble because they booed the NHL, the National Hockey League, did a commercial or like an ad during the game about breast cancer awareness. But because it had like a player from a rival, like it was about like getting checkups and stuff like that, which is very important, you know. And so so they had a rival player on there, and so they booed the fucking commercial.
Ooh.
So you walk in this entire arena with no context, they're just booing the breast cancer awareness.
Oh, that's not good.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, these monsters!" And you're like, "Yeah, man."
That's like not like sports fans can be like crazy, and like they take it too personally. Like I remember it was a few years ago. I don't know exactly what happened afterwards or what took place beforehand, but I do recall reading a story about a couple LA Dodgers fans like beating up and ganging up on a Giants fan.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what happened to the guy. I think he was like beat into a coma or something like that. But like,
yeah, he has like brain damage and stuff now.
Yeah, like what did he do to deserve that? And B, if it was over the fact that he was wearing a Giants jersey in LA, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's the problem with like a lot of West Coast teams. I mean, as someone who's grown up in a small farm town, I mean, even maybe you guys grew up with it because you guys grew up in small towns too, but like predominantly like Mexican towns. Because I mean, I'm Mexican. I think we're all Mexican besides Chris. But just like a lot of gangs and like your towns will attach themselves to teams. So for us, like my high school, I'm a Raiders fan. I couldn't wear a Raiders jersey. Can't wear Niners. Can't wear Cowboys. So like so the jerseys you could wear would be like a Minnesota Vikings jersey, and like that's usually not what you get on the West Coast. You get Cowboys, you get the random LA Rams fan, and then Niners, Raiders. That might have changed now because the Raiders went to Las Vegas, but so that stuff carries over and it gets stupid.
I couldn't wear the only jersey that I ever owned growing up wasn't even like a Tom Brady jersey or anything because I'm a Patriots fan. I grew up and I had a Peyton Manning jersey for when he was with the Colts because Peyton Manning is also one of my favorite players of all time. And I couldn't wear it because the number 18 was significant with a popular gang in Idaho, which is where I was at the time. So I couldn't wear the dang jersey at school. I was like, man, it's pretty sick.
Chris, I'm just relieved you have some taste. I'll take the Peyton Manning jersey.
Wait, aren't you a Broncos fan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, get out of here. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Raul, if it makes you feel better, my girlfriend's a Broncos fan, so
Yeah, Raiders and Broncos in the same household.
yeah, man, makes Sundays
Hey.
interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sundays are fun.
Yep.
It gets intense when they watch football.
Yeah, that, and then when we play each other the same weekend for fantasy, dude.
Yep.
My girlfriend's vicious. But,
So I guess then we're saying anime community or sports is the worst fandom.
I would easily. I feel I'm a
Video game.
I would say video games and like anime.
Video games, I feel like it's bad. The thing about video games, I mean, the biggest, I think definitely it can reach levels. I feel like with sports fandom, there's a lot, like when we talk about violence, there's a lot more physical violence. In video games, there's a lot of talk. I mean, but one big problem I feel like in like video game and like internet fandoms is like swatting and stuff like that.
That's the real thing, dude. Like what kind of who came up with that shit?
It is it's so messed up, dude. And like how many people, like, I mean, people die from that. I think like a couple months ago, someone died from swatting, if I remember right.
I mean,
and
I'm
like,
surprised that there's people who die from that.
Yeah, it's like crazy. So I definitely think video game fans can like. I don't want to say they're the highest. They probably are, and I think like if we talk about like anime fans, I feel like I wouldn't say, I mean like gatekeeping's the biggest thing, and then I also feel like I mean anime in general is
cosplaying is really hard. Is it toxic?
Well, I mean like we went to SAC Anime, and on our lanyards we had printed rules about like interacting with cosplayers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, do I even have it? I think I still have it.
It was crazy, and it was like just basic stuff like be respectful, don't go up and touch people if they didn't tell you that you could touch them.
It was like classroom rules that you had in elementary school, and
it was printed on every it was on lanyard, like, and it was a big deal. And I remember reading, I was like, what the heck, so I feel like in the anime fandom, I wouldn't say it's the most toxic, but it does have its bad sides. I would say probably if I had to pick, for me, it'd be in video games. I feel like just if you're as a kid playing video games right now, it can mess you up, dude.
Yeah, ruthless.
But even like I think I've talked to Chris, and I think I might talk to you about this, Gunner, but like they like, I don't know, like people, and also because once you get behind the keyboard or you get behind the console and you have your headset on, you don't see that person. So it's one thing to like for you to be like at a con, right, and for you to for some reason think that you can like touch a cosplayer inappropriately, like that takes a level of ball, because like they're looking at you do it. Like you're not just like, you're like, and I'm sure there's many instances where it does go on behind the scenes and stuff like that too, when we're not trying to discredit those people, but like it's, you gotta have a certain level of, I don't know, we'll call it craziness or like psychoticness to like go and like try and like touch your girl's like boob or something like that, like at a con. Whereas like
on the internet you have that mask, right, and you have that protection, so you can say whatever the hell you want. Well, I know, dude, like, I mean, I grew up playing Halo Reach in middle school and stuff, dude. That was
builds character in a way you don't want it to build character.
Before going into that, I knew like 3 cuss words. After that, you're
like, man, my mom sure does get around for being home every day. That's weird. Mom, do you know Drop Shot XX 305? They said that they had sex with you. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I know you're at work all day, but it's That's what I mean. Like, I think like they show like the people who play. And they're like,
tell Dad?
I know. It's a bigger issue we got to talk about. Yeah, like I watch like the guys who play League, right? And they're like these little skinny dudes who like haven't seen the light. They like go outside and they like hiss at the sunlight. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have this kid talk shit to me. Like he called me punk bitch. Like I don't know. I grew up in a town where if someone calls you something, you got to choose to dance or not.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning violence, but you know what I mean? Like how many like lunchtime fights in high school because someone said something passively to somebody else.
Mhm.
Like that stuff doesn't fly like in person. Like yeah, I want like let's be honest. If like Chris, like if Leffen was talking trash to like some dude from like Omega, Kappa Beta or something like that, and called him like trash, Leffen's catching hands.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not.
most definitely.
He's getting thrown off the Evo stage. Like, no, you don't get to just call me a punk bitch or something like that, man. No, it's fucking.
Yeah.
It's a game. The game turns off, man. We got real life to live. At least, like, and when I play sport, like, if you get popped in football, like, you can't. That dude popped you. There's nothing you can't. If you get dunked on, you can get him back.
Yeah, you wait for the next play and you gotta outplay him. But no, I get you. Yeah, but I would say, I don't know, video games. I have a lot. Well, because I remember, so when we got into Rainbow Six Siege, there'd be a lot of times when I'm like that. I feel like just Rainbow Six Siege, that fandom, that's a lot. That's extra. They're super extra. There'd be points where like I'd be trying to mediate because like you got people on your. First of all, you got to work with a team, and that's already hard enough, right? But then when you got people like just like yelling back and forth over the mic, and like you're trying to like, and like you got the other enemy team coming in at every direction, and they're like, "Oh, why did you reinforce that wall? You stupid!" Like
you're like
that's my.
You're like Michael in The Office when he's driving and the GPS is like turn right, and he starts to turn right, and Dwight's like, "What are you doing? You just want me to turn right?
Right?
There's no road here. We're going into the lake."
But it said turn right, and it just drives it. Where are the turtles?
Well, we're a group of many fandoms.
Yes. But I don't know. Like if we're talking about most toxic, I feel like if you're in the internet, like because like you said, you got that mask. It's just like it's rough. But I don't know. I feel like every fandom has its bad parts, and and if you're a part of those communities, it's be positive. I think that's the biggest thing, right? I mean.
Everybody love everybody, man.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because everyone's there because they like that thing. So it's like I don't know. I don't think anybody deserves hate. Like,
I think I think that's the coolest part about going to a con. So Raul, you're coming next time, man. We got to do a.
That sounds cool to me. I told you. I told Gunnar the other day. I was like, bro, you guys were in Sacramento, and I was in San Jose. San Jose, bro. It's like an hour.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
You had talked about coming over multiple times, and yet you're an hour away.
There it is.
Do me dirty.
Damn, Gunner.
Do I leave the chat? Do I leave the chat now or later?
Honestly, though, Raul wasn't missing out on much because there was like 10 people in a room.
Honestly, like that trip, like even if I if you would have came down, especially like I mean maybe day one we would have been fine, but we were there 3 days.
Yeah, we would have put you in the. You would have been in the tub, dude. You'd have been sleeping in the tub. It was rough, and then we started. There's in-house fighting. Yeah, there's a bit of Game of Thrones going on.
I've been trying to get into a fight. It's fine.
Gunner also snores like a motorboat. I couldn't freaking sleep that. Those 3 nights, man.
Like if a motorboat and a chainsaw were trying to make a baby at the same time.
Bro, it's true. I don't know how.
Put Gunner in the tub.
Why do I gotta be in the tub?
Because you can close the door and you can snore by yourself.
Nah, because then it's echo. You know what the acoustics are like in there, bro? It'd be sound
in a hotel bathroom.
It's
messed up.
Listen, I'll bring the CPAP next time or something.
Jesus, dude. Hey, they're pushing back cons to 2022 already.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're not gonna get out of this.
Probably not. I mean, it's already starting to mutate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
and not in the X-Men kind of way where it's cool.
Yeah. Big sad.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, aren't they doing like virtual cons? Like, how's that?
Yeah, we're doing a virtual con right now. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, I don't know if you guys watch. It's called Games Done Quick. I don't know if you guys ever watched that.
You told me about it, but I don't really watch it myself.
Yeah, they do speed runs, and it's for like, so they'll get a bunch of speedrunners together, and you could donate to see like certain speedruns. So like, okay, if we raise like $1,000, we'll Pac-Man will get speed run or something like that. And they raise money for like, the Cancer Foundation and like some really good charities. But they've been keeping strong because they can do it all like speed running. You can just post it all online. But speaking of conventions and stuff, I would love to go to one of those, like when maybe 2022 when things get back into person. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
When we all get our vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, just got my second dose.
What the?
You're not eating nobody yet?
Well, because I was working at a pharmacy, and they had so the thing is, so they're going for everybody out there. They're going to the you sign up, and I do agree, like, because I have my grandma. I'm trying to get her a vaccine, and I can't do it. Like I'll call. Like I spent the other day like 4 hours just calling, trying to set up an appointment. I got it on a wait list, but like there's nothing, especially in the area we're at right now. But when I was working at the pharmacy, if there's extra doses when they come back from the the nursing homes, if they don't use it, it goes bad.
Yeah, they have a life.
Yeah, they got that and once they open them, like when they crack it from the cooler, then it's like the shelf life goes down quick.
Yeah.
So a month ago, I got the first dose, and how it works is if you get the first one, you're guaranteed the second.
Oh.
So they called me, and I got my second one yesterday.
You're just coughing on people, going, "Look, I got the vaccine. Don't worry."
No. Well, I mean, like even if so they told me once you get it, you have 2 weeks that you can still contract, and get you can still get sick. But then even after that, you can still be you can still be an asymptomatic carrier. Your body, your body should be fine, but you'll be asymptomatic, but you could still carry the disease. So, still the same thing, no parties, just social distancing, wearing a mask. But it is nice to have it, and hopefully pretty soon here, everybody will be getting it or we can move to Canada, dude. They got their stuff on.
Yeah, but it's so far to travel the cons from there, man.
We could start like a Canadian con.
I think they do have a couple.
Yeah. I bet you it's fire. Like Maple Leaf Man or something like that.
There you go. Maple Syrup Con.
Yeah.
2021.
Don't you know?
Let's see. Oh, have you guys? I know Chris has watched Game of Thrones with us a little bit. Have you seen it, Roll?
Of course.
Okay. So I have.
Can I make a hot take right now?
Oh, you go ahead. I was gonna have a hot take, and I was gonna see how you guys felt about it. But go ahead.
Well, here's my hot take. I think Game of Thrones is super overrated.
That's stupid.
I think it's the stupidest. I'm sorry.
Gunner.
Oh, yeah. I just felt I could feel. Here's mine, because I've watched it, and I honestly, if it wasn't for the intense levels of violence, misogyny, and like fantasy.
Wait, what else are you watching it for though?
Exactly. If you wouldn't watch it, it's a boring show. If you get rid of that.
Right. Damn.
That's just the second Game of Thrones fan I've told it to, and they agree with me.
Okay, I got something to say, and it's probably upsetting, but I feel the exact same way about Attack on Titan. It's so boring. But when shit happens, I can't stop looking.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow.
You're telling me you don't fucking love when the potato girl's eating a potato?
No, dude, I don't have an emotional attachment to any of these characters, bro. I look up and someone's dead.
Daniel,
and they talk for like
hey, this is your friend.
4 episodes, bro. And nothing happens.
I mean, like the early seasons were.
Did you watch Game of Thrones? Same thing. So you can't complain. If you like Attack on Titan and you don't like Game of Thrones, it's the same thing.
Oh no, I like Game of
Boring.
Thrones. I'm just saying, like, I mean, you can make the same argument for Lord of the Rings.
That's true.
Lord of the Rings is boring. That's my hot take. If we're just saying,
Hold on. Yo.
I don't think it's boring, but yeah,
We might need to end this podcast right here.
Attack on Titan is a million times more interesting than the Lord of the Rings.
Chris, I disagree with that.
Really, Gunner, you would disagree that
you.
Attack on Titan is more interesting than
I like Lord of the Rings. I think that
That's because you're in D&D guy.
yeah, I mean, like, it's the fantasy
I'm a
world.
D&D
Like,
guy
it's
too. What does that have to do with anything?
Chris,
I feel
you're like,
Gunner's in the. Have you seen this? Oh, I feel like Gunner's more into D&D. He was the one that had all the books and stuff. We just like.
Oh, my problem that Gunner doesn't know how to say.
listen. Well, because like the whole fantasy aspect is so cool, and like the whole concept of world building and like Dungeons and Dragons. I think that's the biggest. Like it's like creating a story for anybody who's, like anybody's been an avid reader. When you're in that like high fantasy world, it's like.
Well, if that's your argument, then I would say if you catch up to Attack on Titan right now, it has just a stronger level of world building as Lord of the Rings.
I agree, but like I agree, like Attack on Titan, like I mean, are we on season 5 or season 4?
4, so there's like 5 more episodes, I think.
Okay, so season 3, like building up to that, and then like I thought it was real. I think it's really good. I'm excited to watch the latest season. Okay,
but season 2 was, it's the worst season. It's super slow, and for any show or anime you watch, there is a period where you mow through that kind of slow. You gotta put in the work to get to the good stuff.
Well, that's like saying, so in your opinion, which is the worst Lord of the Rings movie out of the 3? We're not talking about Hobbit.
Probably 2. The second one.
I don't know. I like Twin Towers.
Like, because that's like I feel okay for in terms of
probably the first one then.
Honestly, I feel like the first one's probably. But my point is that like being the worst in a good franchise like that, it's like I feel like Attack on Titan's worst is like I'm trying to think of like a mid-tier anime. Is like, oh god,
SAO's best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the War for Underworld arc is like Attack on Titan season 2, and then everything else above that is like up there. So it's like, I mean, that's just a testament to how good it's all well written, right? Like Lord of the Rings. I mean, honestly, you can make the argument that there really is no the worst movie in Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. The Hobbit. I mean, no, we made it easy. The Hobbit's an easy pick. If you're picking all of them, it's The Hobbit. The Hobbit's the weakest of them.
I guess back to the Game of Thrones thing, like seasons 1 to 3, like it's a mission. It's pretty bad. Not bad, but slow.
Yeah, it definitely. That's what I mean. Yeah, there's a lot of like. I feel like we all picture. I think because Lord of the Rings happened, and we all thought like giant battles, and in reality, it's just kind of like. It's literally like a murder mystery. It's like, all right, who did it, but who's the incestual relationship? It's like, guess who?
Mm-hmm.
And poor Sean Bean's like, does he sleep with his sibling? And they're like knocking down like faces.
How did we get to this point?
I don't know. I feel like it's tense now. I feel like things have been said, and we're all just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like when war ends, and there's like that odd silence at the end.
I feel hot, it's like in high school and stuff when people are about to fight, and like you could feel the tension in the air, and you start getting hot. And I'm feeling hot.
Yeah, and like a split second, it'll snap.
So just to clarify, all of you are like big Attack on Titan fans.
Bro, I was like, I feel attacked.
I wouldn't say I think Attack on Titan is good. I don't think it's the greatest anime. I feel like there's
I feel like Gunnar said earlier, Attack on Titan is overhyped. It's not in my top 5. If it's in yours, it's cool, but like I just don't have that connection to this show.
The protagonist, the main protagonist, and Aaron, he sucks.
I will make I feel like that guy who's like, but the book, no, but if you like, from a character development standpoint, he plays a good ambiguous. The last season, he's a good ambiguous character. like a character who like he's proof in a show that you can be the hero, quotation marks, but not be the quote unquote hero. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like this final season, he definitely like is able to skate back and forth between like, I don't know if this is a good, like he's the main character, but I don't know if he's like the good guy. And at the end of it,
okay, I got you.
Like
he almost becomes like an anti-hero in the sense.
He's honestly, it's a lot like, if you like it's a lot like Daenerys.
Mhm.
He kind of becomes the thing that he swore he wouldn't be, like, because Attack on Titan is literally similar to Game of Thrones in that regard, where it's like, it's about like what war does and like continuing the cycle of violence. You know, there's violence, continue violence, and stuff like that. So I think give the last season a chance.
I'm not saying in any means that Attack on Titan is bad. Just saying it's not my favorite. Like,
that's fair. Okay,
I respect Attack on Titan, just as you guys should respect Game of Thrones. That's all I'm saying.
And if we're gonna go back to your original post about
fuck the
gatekeeping,
author, though, man, he needs to hurry up with these books. That's all. I'm not for me, but for the fandom. These people were dying for the books because no one liked. Oh, here we go. Really quick before we do this. All right, so how do we? I know where Chris stands. Chris feels like the ending was good, right? You feel like the ending was good, Chris?
Yes.
2.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I loved it because Daenerys is like my favorite character in there, and I think what happened to her was cool. But okay, keep going.
Yeah, Chris is a hashtag Daenerys did nothing wrong.
Daenerys did nothing wrong.
So are we doing on the are we talking about the TV ending?
Yeah, the TV ending.
Oh, dude, it was trash.
It was. I'm sorry. It was bad.
It was. I mean, like it was rushed. Like we all know it was
definitely.
rushed. Yeah, and even the author himself was like, we could have gone so much more.
Yo,
like,
Cersei deserved worse than what she got. Like, I'm happy for her, yay, but Cersei just, I can't, bro. It's like Joffrey. We all hated Joffrey. We know he needed to die.
Yo, when the grandma did the big flex and was like,
yo, yeah, I killed him. Like, yeah, Cersei
tell him it was me. I was like, oh, that was thug. That was gangster shit. That grandma gave me no fucks.
My brother's watching Game of Thrones right now. He's like on season 4. And I keep telling him, like, yo, once you get to the last season, just watch the 3 episodes, you know, and you'll love Game of Thrones forever. But if you finish it, you're going to feel a different type of way about it.
What is that?
He's gonna be big sad.
You can.
It's like I think like Game of Thrones fandoms is like, have you guys seen Akame ga Kill on Netflix?
Yes.
I know.
No, I haven't seen it.
So Akame ga Kill is like the Attack on Titan / Game of Thrones, where like honestly the first it's what 25 episodes, Chris?
Something like that, yeah.
And like it basically you become attached to a character and they die. Like that's just a guarantee. So poor Chris was like that. I was talking about it. He was like, "Who's your favorite character?" And he was like, "Oh, it's this character." And like I was like, "Oh shit."
GG.
Yeah, without any spoilers, my character died.
Which is awkward because in the manga, they don't. But
what the hell?
Yeah, so they're
that's another thing.
Yeah.
Some creative properties.
It's always interesting to see where the anime will like divert from the manga. You know,
diverted.
But I feel like for the most part, I mean, like I think there's a lot. Like, I mean, if we look like Full Metal Alchemist, I think their anime diversion from the original, like from Brotherhood, I think that was weird. I feel like Full Metal Alchemist had good elements that I think if Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had, it would be even more elite. Mm-hmm.
But I definitely don't think there's anything in Full Metal Alchemist that like does that make sense? Like I think if like Full Metal Alchemist, all right, a lot of people already have it like in their top tiers, but I feel like it would be higher up in people's tiers if it had some of the elements that Full Metal Alchemist had. But I don't feel the same way about Full Metal of if Brotherhood put stuff in the regular Alchemist. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
Right. So, but that's another anime Chris hasn't watched. So.
Damn.
You haven't seen Full Metal, dude?
No.
I've only seen Brotherhood. I haven't seen the other one.
I need to watch.
Can I gatekeep for a moment? Like,
No.
We've all become this thing that we just are all.
Damn, maybe the anime community is the worst.
God, maybe
Yeah.
We're evil.
We are bad. It's good. I mean, it's an older, like, going back to your one post, like, about the one dude saying, like, if you watch, like, all those animes, like, I don't get why he's got Inuyasha on there. Like, I feel like that's just a really solid anime. Like, and I mean, like, okay, yeah, like, it's an older one and it's kind of goofy, but for anybody who's starting, like, in the world of anime, Inuyasha is a really great starter. Like, me and Jessica are watching it right now, so that way we can watch the sequel that just dropped.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like, yeah, it's goofy, but like, it's pretty solid. You know, like,
honestly,
yeah, it's good.
Early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s anime holds up really strong.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I don't get why. Whack. But yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I got into I think you'll all be happy. I got into the world of figurine collecting.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
I got Miss Eraserhead, and then I got a All Might fixed statue. The All Might one was the pricey one. He was originally 100, but I got him on sale for 80. Aizawa was pretty not too bad. He was only $30. But now I am the dude at the store. I went to GameStop. The dude gave me, like, I got this booklet. It's like 12 pages of figurines that are going to be released.
Nice.
It's a lot. There's a lot that's really good, dude. So I think I'm about to blow my paycheck.
So I know we're getting kind of close to the end, so I wanted to ask you guys. I heard next week we're doing like our top 10, like our personal lists.
Oh yeah.
So, because I was making my list and it keeps shuffling around. It's not set in concrete. I just keep thinking about it. So, what's your criteria for when you were making this list? So I'll go first. Like, for example, number one is memorable moments, like those jaw-dropping, like oh my god moments. Number two, overall plot, story. And then number three is my emotional connection to the characters. Because if I don't care about the characters, I probably don't care about the anime too much. So what are you guys basing your top 10 off of?
That's really good. That's a lot more than what I'm basing mine off of. Pretty much what I look for is, when I think of like my top animes, what is something that I don't mind watching again? You know what I mean? Like, for example, like I feel like rewatchability, and like, because if it was so good that even after I know everything, I'm ready to go, through it. Yeah, go through it right again.
Yeah. Like,
I feel like that's my biggest thing. So like for, like Fire Force is good, but would I watch it again?
No. Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. Probably not. It's like one of those one-shot stories.
No, that's good, because like my points, they kind of reflect around what you're saying. The animes on my list I've seen multiple times, and it's like just as great,
Yeah.
So that's a good basis.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going off of. I don't know what Daniel and Chris are going off of. And just for everybody listening, so next week we're going to be talking about our top. We're doing a 3x3. This was suggested
9, but you can add one more if you want.
Yeah, top 9, top 10. I just did 9. I like the 3x3 concept. But we're just gonna do some top animes, and we're gonna go and we're going to gatekeep each other's lists hard.
Yes,
is that what we should do? The gatekeepers for Laifus? Gatekeeping Gaifus.
We're gonna have to do a title change. Jessica, title change. She's working on it. Don't worry.
But you want to do yours, and then you can take off, Chris.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm basing mine off of primarily like how interesting it is throughout, especially I'm more of an action guy, so definitely going to be like either fights or a very interesting plot if it's not, shonen trash. Characters.
Okay.
And then those are mainly the top two. Oh, and score. I'm a big music guy too, so.
Oh yeah.
I got $5.
Music.
I got $5 to sound your phoniums on your top 10, on your 9, Chris.
It's like spoiler alert, like number 2. So,
Bad nerds.
so yeah, definitely those 3 factors for me.
Is Gamers gonna be on there? We watched Gamers together, right?
Yes, Gamers is not on there, but I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say that even though it is just a peak trash slice of life comedy or romantic comedy anime, it wasn't hella interesting and infuriating.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I guess I'll finish it up and then maybe. So for me, I I've cheated and I'm kind of doing like a nostalgia factor. Like for me, the top 10 ones are gonna be the ones that like have a lasting impact on me. That have like kind of shaped my like anime life in a sense, like the ones that have made the biggest impact, and just like I feel lame because you guys have these like categories all brought like taken down, and I'm like, oh, I thought that one was dope. It stuck with me for a while.
No, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, right? Like what I talk about, like, you know, rewatchability. That's the same thing. Like what stuck with you, you know, why, you know. And I think it's important because, you know, like if we're really making a top list, it's good to include like, yeah, because some, you know, when you watch a certain genre, you know, like for me, like I didn't put it on my list, but one I can think of is like I watched Princess Jellyfish, and that really got me into slice of life at like animes in general. And it was definitely like, because at that point I was like, oh dude, I'm a dude. I can't be watching that like weak ass shit. Like fight scenes are nothing.
Gatekeeping and misogynistic to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I was internally gatekeeping. Exactly. But no, I watched Princess Jellyfish and I was like, oh my god, there's a whole new world. So I think that's good. You know, hey, what affected you? I think that'd be a cool, you know. It's important. Makes the top.
Yeah. So I think just ones that have just like what you guys have kind of said, just something that like sticks with you a little bit, like that makes you, you know, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of something. It's like, you know, when you finish a movie or like someone brings up a movie and you're just like, God, man, that shit was good. Like,
yeah,
it was just a good movie. So I'm sorry, Gunner JoJo's is not going to be on my top 10 though.
You son of a bitch. Listen, the JoJo fans are gonna come at us hard, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm ready.
I'm not, dude. I'm not. You do not like the homoeroticism that comes from JoJo's? Like, what is wrong?
JoJo's is like watching the Top Gun volleyball scene.
On loop, yeah.
On loop.
You know, season 1, you know, it's slow. Like season 1's I feel like everyone's worst season. But as the seasons progress and as the action gets hyped up,
the
homoeroticism.
I'm ready for season 3, dude. I got like 5 episodes and then I'm on Stardust Crusaders.
Dude, that's the best season. You need to watch. Like,
okay.
That because that's when they introduce stands and everything. Like that's
what I mean. Like watching the first 2 seasons, it's like watching Dragon Ball, knowing that Goku's gonna go like Super Saiyan and like Blue and stuff like that. But you have to watch the first Dragon Ball and it's like normal powers, and then like that's great, but I'm here for the blowing planets up. And
I feel you, but season 2 is one of my everyone says season 3 is the best, but of JoJo's, I love season 2 though because I love young Joseph Joestar. He's really funny.
He's a good character.
He's a really good character. He's a really good lead, and I like him. And I feel like they did him so dirty as the series progresses, and we could talk about that once you get caught up. But that's a shame. JoJo should be top of your list. Come on, dude. It's okay. JoJo's not on my list either. It's fine.
Wow.
You just talk all that shit, and you just was like, oh, you know, actually I don't even care about it, to be honest.
I feel like it's mid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like this is a good stopping point for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I know, Chris, you gotta go. So
yes. All right.
Okay.
So,
Well, no, it's all good. My apologies for showing up late.
boo.
Won't ever happen again.
Boo.
Shit. Really quick before we end the pod, I just want to do a shout out to at least a friend of mine and Chris's. Goes by the name of. Let me double check it. Let me make sure I get the plug right.
You gotta get the correct shout out.
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast and hear the music, and maybe you've noticed that the sound is or the background music is a little different, it is because we had a good friend of ours do the music. I just had a brain fart. Oh, I know it is. So shout out to Produced by J Dub on find him on Instagram. He makes beats and stuff like that. So he did what is now considered the official theme song / soundtrack of the Gaifus for Laifus podcast. So just want to do a quick shout out for him, and hopefully he gets give him the plug. So we.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you for the plug. He will be replacing. We'll put him in on the in the mention on the comment, or not the comments, but where we put our stuff. So I'll make sure to put him in there. But thank you. The music's real good. Love it. And hopefully, as we get more popular, I would like to get more different music for each of the segments as we go along. So. And that way we can mix it up. But yeah, no, I'm excited. And thank you for anybody listening out there. We went from 0 to single digits. So we're,
progress.
It's progress. We're going up. We can only go upwards at this rate.
Way up from here.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you're listening out there,
Anime Expo, Giguk and those guys better check themselves.
Exactly, we clapping. But if you're listening, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, please, you can email us at Gaifus for Laifus, and that's with the number 4 Laifus @gmail.com. We'll have it linked in the description below. But keep listening, keep watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want us to talk about, please bring it up. We'd love to hear from you guys and gals. But thanks for listening. This is episode 5.
Yeah, episode. 5. Yeah.
Episode 5.
Make so many. It's just we're
5, 100, pretty much. Same thing.
Yeah.
But
we're basically one piece at this point.
But yeah, thanks for listening. And Raul, Chris, thanks for being a part of this.
Yep.
We love that input. I'm glad to have more people to help me gatekeep on Daniel, because we got to bring him down a peg.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys again next week.
Catch you guys later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.